Hi, it's Megan.
And it's Bree.
And we just want to talk about TV.
Welcome to our podcast,
Unseriesous. Each episode, we're going to cover a TV show, new or old, and have a silly little conversation about it.
So grab a snack, get comfortable, and let's get unserious.
Which of the Pickwick triplets did it? Who of the crew could commit this crime? Might a little brat make a mommy go splat? It's a story pretty gory for a nursery rhyme.
Oh shit, that's pretty good.
Thank you.
Not as good as Steve.
No, of course not. No one is as good as Steve Martin. Hey, welcome back to Unseriesous. We are, of course, talking about the season 3, the whole season of Only Murders in the Building.
Yes.
Season 3.
Season 3.
And we're going to get into all the tea. But first, Bree.
Oh, no.
I'm making my own rhyme.
I know what's going on over there.
Feeling inspired.
Which of the Pickwick? I can't even say it.
It's so good. Bree, have you been watching, listening, reading, consuming anything of note lately?
Actually, Megan, I appreciate you asking that.
Anytime.
I've been waiting all week for someone to ask me a question.
We actually don't speak between episodes.
Yeah.
We don't even look at each other.
No. I don't even know you. But I started The Only One Left, a book, a novel.
A novel, one might say.
I started it for the spooky month because it's either in the thriller or horror category. I'm not sure which one. But from what I've read so far, I feel like the fuck. I'm only like 70 pages in, but the concept is it's in Maine, and there's, I know, I was like, yes.
Purchase.
And then it's like a woman named Lenora Hope, like, supposedly, allegedly, murdered her whole family one night.
In Maine?
In Maine.
Damn.
In a Maine mansion on the cliffs of some...
Oh my God.
It's drama.
That's drama.
It's a dark, stormy night. But then she's not... There's no evidence, so she's still, like... She's not in jail or anything, but she stays in her mansion because everyone hates her. Or like thinks she's evil.
Real.
Real. And
that happened to me once.
And then she has a caretaker who, I can't give that away. She's a caretaker and no one will take care of her. And then this one girl is like, fine, I'll do it. Like, yeah, because she is assigned to it, and she said, well, this is better than my life. So, and she's there, and Lenore can only communicate by typewriter because she can't speak. Because
oh my God.
I know.
She's so fucking old?
She's old, and she's had like a stroke or something that...
Okay.
But she's old too. Like but everyone's scared of her still. But I'm like, is this going to really be like creepy? Like so far it's creepy. But like, I'm like, you know those cliches where everyone thinks the woman is evil or like someone's evil, and then they're like, not.
Yeah.
And it's like but I don't think it's gonna go that way. But I'm like, this could be such a wholesome story.
Well, this poor woman accused of murder that she didn't do.
But I'm liking it so far.
That's good.
It's spooky.
Yeah.
And but I'm only like 20% in, so I'll have to keep you updated.
Sounds good. Like, I'm interested.
Adventure.
No, for sure. I want to know what you think of it when you're done.
Yeah. I'll recommend it.
I have a lot of spooky books on my list that I purchased. Like, what's the one? The support group for...
Oh, yes.
Every fucking word just left my mind. The Final Girl, like, support club, something like that.
Yes.
Support group. Like, I have a lot of, like, cool books to read. I think I have, like, the guest list and stuff, like some thrillers. But I still have to finish Beach Read again.
But Megan's still at the beach.
Let it be stated that I've read this book, and I enjoy this book. But I think it's just, there's been a lot going on. We had to watch Only Murders, and
We've
Haunting
been
of
in
the
a
Hill House.
spooky-
We have been in the spooky mood, and I unfortunately just couldn't finish this book before we got in the spooky mood. So now I only want to watch
Bad.
spooky things, but I have to finish it because either I have to wait until November to finish it, which is stupid. I just need to finish it, or I don't finish it at all, and then it doesn't even count toward my reading goal.
Yeah, see, that's where you lose.
Yeah.
'Cause, like,
And
if you're so far in, you gotta just
gotta finish it.
so you can have it toward your reading goal.
Mark it. And I told you this, but and I told y'all this.
Yeah.
The reason why I read this was to compare all the Emily Henry books and read them all again and have a fresh memory of them. It's been months since I read Happy Place. I'm not going to be able to read Book Lovers and People We Meet on Vacation back to back, so I'm probably going to try again next year. Because
You're
I
gonna
have to
start
read
over.
the Halloween books. I have to read A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes before the movie comes out. I have to
Yeah.
read holiday books.
Yeah, we're
I'm not going to be
gonna-
able to finish my Emily Henry voyage.
Goddamn.
But I really, in reading Beach Read, and I haven't even reread Book Lovers or People We Meet on Vacation yet, I'm confident that my list is not going to change. And that maybe is a bold hypothesis. But I still think it's going to go Book Lovers, People We Meet on Vacation, Beach Read, Happy Place.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Okay, well, we'll see.
Yeah, that's the tea.
But you have to wait a whole nother year.
Yeah. We'll be talking about God knows what at that point.
Emily Henry will have,
Well, she'll have her purple
she'll have
book
that
out.
purple book.
I know, I'm excited for that one.
Well, I
Funny
still
story.
haven't read The Damn Happy Place, so
Oh.
I'm never going to the goddamn Happy Place because she won't release her paperback.
Her paperback.
I could really. The last two books I've read. Wait, no. Yeah, were hardcovers, and they're kind of growing on me.
Yeah. No, they're good. It's just the fact
It's
that
the
the
fact
other
that-
three.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It just doesn't look right.
Correct.
Like I could just read yours, but then it'll feel more pointless when I buy my own little paperback to complete my collection.
Yeah. Well, think about me having the hardcover and probably buy a paperback once
yeah,
it
that's
comes
kind of
out.
embarrassing.
But then I could give
No,
away
just
the other one. You know, I don't
Yeah.
need to keep both. If she signed the other one, I'd keep it
Yeah,
for
you have
sure.
to keep both.
I have Book Lovers signed.
None of mine are signed.
Anyway.
I'm gonna sign it.
Anyway, I'm trying
Anywho.
we're trying to get into spooky season. We have been watching spooky shows, including Only Murders. Before we jump into it, we kind of fell out of the Only Murders
Yeah.
vibe. We just kind of fell off in season 2. We watched season 1 about when it came out. We didn't watch it as soon as it came out, but it was October-ish, September, October 2022, 2021.
2021, right?
Yeah, because
God,
Maisel was here. Maisel watched
that
it
was
with
Maisel's
us.
first week.
Yeah, that was her first show. Baby
That
first
was her
show.
first show. She didn't even fucking like it. No, just kidding. She
She doesn't like anything though, so we can't take that personally.
Really take her.
But then season 2 came out, and I don't think it was the show's fault. I think it was, well, I guess I don't know who you blame for this. It came out in June, and it just didn't feel right watching it in the dead of summer.
Yeah, I think that was my problem. The vibes weren't there.
Yeah.
Because the first season was such a vibe. Mm-hmm. And it is such a fall show.
Yeah.
I consider it very fall.
I agree. It felt
Leaves.
more fun watching it. And then, so what we did was before season 3, or I guess as season 3 came out, we binged season 2, got caught up so we could watch season 3, and that just felt so good, so right.
I'm so happy we got to go straight into season 3, which I liked season 2. Once we got into it,
Yeah,
I was really into it.
me too.
No flops.
No flop. Yeah.
No flops.
Every season was good. We can kind of compare and contrast. I guess to start, just because we didn't get a chance to talk about it. Well, season 1 was just a classic.
Season 1's classic.
Their outfits, I mean, they always are pulling the sweaters, the hats, the scarves. They've got it down
It's just
pat.
iconic.
But yeah, season 1 was so iconic. I should go without saying, everything we talk about in these podcasts are spoilers.
Yeah.
But Jan did it.
Jan did it.
Charles's girlfriend.
Girlfriend.
And that was iconic. Jan was an iconic character, and we loved that we could hate her.
And we got the start of just the start of the trio was good in season 1. I don't know.
Yeah, them all being that was interesting that they knew each other, but you would think like Charles and Oliver would have been like friends, and then Mabel got pulled in, but they were all like separate.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I didn't even read the description. Let me tell you guys about the show for real.
We don't even know. We're trying our best.
We're just like, wait, and I went, I guess I should explain as if anyone listening to this doesn't know.
Oh, yeah. What is this about?
I got you. Only Murders in the Building is a comedy mystery series on Hulu centered on the occupants of the historic Arconia building in New York City and the unfortunate murders that take place there. The show follows Charles Hayden Savage, an actor known for his hit 90s detective show, Oliver Putnam, a disgraced theater director, and Mabel Mora, a young artist who all live in the building and have an affinity for true crime podcasts, which is the shared love that brings the unlikely trio together. After one of Mabel's old friends is found dead in the building, the three of them band together to start their own podcast to solve the crime while the police cannot. Unfortunately, as soon as one case is solved, more murder follows. In season 3, Oliver once again has the chance to reclaim Broadway success with a new directing opportunity. That is, until his lead actor drops dead opening night. While their core 3 seems to have parted ways with separate interests, it still falls on them to figure out who murdered Ben Glenroy, aka Paul Rudd, prove that Meryl Streep is innocent, and make sure the show goes on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Doesn't that sound just lovely?
It sounds lovely. And that back to what we were saying, they were brought together because they love a good old podcast.
Which I love that.
Yeah.
For, like, it's a podcast. We love podcasts.
Yeah.
And it's funny that they stand while doing it. I think we should do that.
I know. Well, it's like funny that like they're just like recording in the moment. And I'm like, how is this all going to piece together and sound cohesive?
I know.
I need to listen to a full edited episode.
And they're on like a stand. Like they make it so dramatic.
Well, yeah, they're on a stand, but then they're also like recording. Like he'll whip out his phone and record one line. I'm like, where does that go?
Yeah, I need to listen to this podcast because.
But I do like the mechanic of it all together because like there aren't really shows in college. I had to write I didn't write scripts. We like planned out a full season and series. Like we wrote like a pitch deck for an entire show. And our idea was about 2 girls who make a podcast.
Yes.
And it's tricky. It's funny because that was before. This was literally, I think, the spring before the show came out. One of the things that they were like push and be like, well, how does it work that you're just going to sit there and watch people record a podcast? Mm-hmm. Which wouldn't have been like the whole show, obviously, but it's interesting to see how they did it because they make it so unique. Our idea was to do it sort of like Seinfeld. I don't know if you've ever seen any episode of Seinfeld, but at the beginning, it's just a clip of Jerry Seinfeld doing stand-up.
Okay.
And then the rest of the episode is like a sitcom.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like they show him at the beginning. So we thought like the beginning or end of each episode would be a clip of like the podcast, like you would see like the tripod or insert podcast here. But they just like incorporate it into the show, and it's like a background element. They have like the episode title at the beginning. You hear clips of it sometimes. Like, I think they do a really good job.
I like how they...
of incorporating it, making it interesting, and that being, like, the point is that they have this true crime hit show they have at the beginning. I forgot they didn't bring the fans back in season 3, but they had, like, a little fan club.
They're so lucky to have so many murders.
So lucky.
Like, what? Every time.
Well, that's season 2's drama. Is that their competition? They're honestly their inspiration. Cindy Canning,
like,
her assistant,
Poppy
made up a murder so that she could have a hit podcast.
Icon.
Crazy shit. You think about that, like you have success doing something, you can't make that shit up.
Yeah.
Like you just need a crime, and unfortunately, crime does happen every day, but you can't.
But usually not in the same.
No, not the same format.
So sometimes you just gotta.
Not always in the building.
Sometimes you gotta do it yourself.
Well, that would be crazy. What if, I guess that's what Poppy did, but imagine one of them being like, well, someone's got to die. And that's what they said at the end of season 3, jumping the gun. They were like, well, maybe we can try a cold case and do like an old murder.
No, I don't even want to talk about the end.
We'll pause. Let's pause.
I need a week. We fast forward a week and then I'm ready to talk about it.
We're in a different place now. I think I wrote a couple things down about season 2, maybe. I said Rip Bunny.
Yeah, I said Bunny deserved better.
Yeah, because season 1 was like a character you didn't really have a chance to get attached to, and they show his backstory, but like with Mabel and stuff. But Bunny you knew through season 1. Watched her die, and then they gave you a whole story about her. She thought this was like this grumpy manager of the apartment building.
Yeah.
But then you like see her life and see her heart and like her friendship with the other woman, which is so sweet. And that episode was one of the ones I got to before we like waited a year to rewatch. And I just remember making me so sad because it's like, we were like, oh, it's sad that she's dead. Sure, of course it's sad when someone's dead. But then when they humanize her and you learn more about her.
Yeah, you learn more about her and she's dead.
She's dead. She just wanted to go to Florida and she had that bird and she had a friend.
She had her friend.
She loved that building
Jackie
so
Hoffman.
much. And then when she tried to hang out with the three of them, that was fucked. And then she started crying outside the door.
And that's why she...
And they were like, I just forgot. That like line, it gives me chills when they were like, a simple act of kindness could have saved her life.
That's fucked up.
But also like so
But
good.
also
Whoops.
when you don't want someone to
You just don't want to
come
hang.
to the property to hang. Poor bunny. I liked the use, like I liked that they put back rooms in the apartment.
Yeah, that was cool.
Like I liked the use of that. I thought it was funny and creepy and
Yeah, I agree. I was gonna say something
I want
too.
more of that.
Yeah, they didn't do anything with that.
I
in
know.
this
I'm like,
season.
those still exist.
Yeah. Well, it's another thing I was going to bring up was Lucy. I really liked her because sometimes when they bring in a random kid in other shows, I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Punk ass kid.
I like Lucy
Yeah,
and I
too.
liked her relationship with Charles and I want to know more about her mom.
Yeah.
And bringing up the secret passageways, bringing up Charles, even bringing up, I wrote down Oscar from season 1. Like, I feel like they bring all these things in for a season, and then once the season's over, it served its purpose. They're gone.
They disappear.
And I get that with, like, some of the guest stars, like, love them or hate them. Cara Delevingne and Amy Schumer were too famous to keep around, I guess.
Yeah, we could only pay for them for so long.
Yes. So, like, I get that, but, like, I don't know why they couldn't keep Lucy or like mention her again.
Yeah.
They kept Joy, Charles' love interest,
Yes.
that I liked, and I hope we see her again in season 4, seeing if something ever works out there. But yeah, I feel like they just, every character, every plot point only serves a purpose for that season, and they're like, oh, we'll just never mention it again.
Yeah.
Like some things do come back, but I do feel like they brought in, they like mentioned stuff about Mabel's family. Oh, season 2, you find out, which was a cool little twist, the way they like revealed it. Charles' son isn't Oliver's son. Is not his biological son, and he like pretends that he is, but then you find out he isn't, and then he tells Nathan Lane, whatever his name is on the show.
What is his name?
I don't remember. I know his son's name is Theo. It's like that never played a role in season 3. It's like they make these big plot moments, and I guess like him and his son did have a moment where he's like, you're my dad, I don't care. So in summary, I wish we could keep more of some of those plot points from the previous seasons. They do it for some, but there are some I wish we kept. Like, I really did like Lucy and some of the other characters from the past seasons. But
I'm wondering if that will be the case for Talbert and
Meryl.
Loretta.
Like, in Loretta, I think it's a mix of, like, they're so important in these characters' lives, but it's Meryl Streep. Like, she's busy.
She's got... Jackson Avery has to be at the hospital. No, he doesn't.
He has to be home with April and the baby.
He has to save people from home invasion.
Do you have a weapon? Jesse. That's how we should have started the episode. Jesse.
But you know the relationship that stays?
The big 3.
The big fucking 3.
I wanted to say one more thing about season 2 before we jump. Well, actually, let me check my notes.
Let me look at my All Is Not Okay in Oklahoma. That's a good title.
That's so good. Like, it makes me mad how good it is because it's not a real podcast title. The reveal of the killer in season 2 was so good. I think that was one of the, like, I honestly bold enough to say, like, the reveal scene was better and, like, the best in season 2.
Yeah.
Because, like, in the moment you're convinced of, they think it's Cindy, and then you start to realize, whoa, they're in on it. Like, as soon as like Charles gets stabbed by Cara Delevingne, and you're led to believe it's Cara Delevingne.
They threw you through I was so confused. I had no clue who it was because we were joking that it was Cara Delevingne.
I wish it was Cara Delevingne.
They also make you think it's the detective, and then like they just had me so... I
Yeah.
did not expect that at all.
It was
and
so
the reveal
fun.
was so good.
So
and
good.
It made sense.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And I fucking love Tina fucking Fey.
Yeah.
So good.
He died.
It was, that was stressful.
Yeah.
It was also fun. I love the kind of background ensemble cast. Like, they made Howard a series reg.
I know.
Slay, but like the general like Arconia cast, like when they all kind of banded together and there was like they're like planning out how they're gonna do this, but it was, I don't even remember it as distinctly now that we've watched this next season, but like I just remember that scene being so funny and being like just really goofy, and like it's like a series, it's about murder, but at the same time they always get in those jokes and it's always funny and it's always just so good.
And it's like a family at the apartment.
Yeah.
Like the doorman.
Yeah.
I love him.
That was a joke he made where he was like, I used to be on Broadway, but I gave it up because I found out my true passion was being a doorman. And they were like, really? And he's like, no.
No.
Like that kind of stuff, like just like the silly banter is so good.
Yeah. This show does, like, it has a great balance of comedy and like thriller, or like,
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how it does it so well.
It's so fucking good, and I think that's how we can jump into season 3. Like the climax of, we can talk about the killer specifically, but like it's so silly, but at the same time so well done in everything it does, and it like makes me mad how good it is. Honestly, because I'm just like, how it's like so satisfying. Like the climactic scene in the finale where it's like the Meryl and it became Oliver big scene, but it was intercutting between Paul Rudd because it was like that was the character it was supposed to be like, and then flashing back up to Selena and Cliff, Mabel and Cliff. Like it's just, that's just one example of like it does like so many creative, unique things. It does it so well. The filming, the directing, like it's so good. I don't even know like how to put it into words.
No,
it's
literally,
so
I was thinking about that. I'm like, I don't even know how.
What it is, it's just
like,
just a certain je ne sais quoi.
It really just is the je ne sais quoi.
Yeah.
And like it's a stacked cast, and it's like their chemistry is so good. I don't know. And yeah, all the stylistic things are just like so good. And I mean, this one had me like confused. Like I didn't think it was going to be who it was, which at the beginning I was like trying to like think who will it be.
Yeah.
And I did not. I don't know.
I will say, so spoiler alert again, which if you're watching this, you should be watching this if you care. You think it's Donna, the producer.
Yes.
But then they revealed that it's actually her son. Well, they both attempted.
Yeah, technically they're both
guilty as fuck.
They're both pretty guilty.
Paul Rudd's character Ben is attempted to be killed via rat poison, but he survives because he's on a bunch of other shit.
Yeah.
Which is so funny. He's like, my doctor said this all saved me. So then, long story short, that's what Donna did. She rat poison killed him, but that didn't work out. So then her son found out that happened, and he didn't want her to get in trouble. He got pissed at Paul Rudd himself, so he pushed him down an elevator shaft. So it was like a double murder.
They both were trying to protect each other.
Yeah. Which is sweet until they make out.
And that makes me. They are like, what will make everyone
What's so funny is that's such like
uncomfortable.
like a silly form of comedy, and
Yeah.
it is very uncomfy. Like it's not meant to not be uncomfy, but it does make me laugh.
Yeah.
Like every time, like they take away of making kind of like this like simple like just silly humor, and I'm like, this is genuinely the funniest shit I've ever seen.
This is the funniest shit.
But I will say, as soon as they showed her the handkerchief and her lipstick was on it, I was like, it was her son. Because right before that, they did the scene where she goes, we do this before every show, a kiss to the lips and a kiss to the heart, and then it's on the handkerchief.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, fuck. So I don't think I got it in advance, but like as soon as they did that, I was like,
yeah.
fuck yeah.
It
Like,
made
I was like, let me write that in my notebook.
No,
I'm watching a lot of murder mysteries.
Yeah,
I'm starting
it all
to pick up
ties
on shit.
together, yeah.
Yeah.
And they make other things look like Loretta at the beginning. They made her look sus, but that was for other reasons.
Yeah.
That was for
she was a mother.
She's a mother, and she was trying to protect her son. Mm-hmm. And they make you they make you think it's him too. Like they just, I don't know, it's good.
But that's like one of those things where it's like, I guess with the after party they make every single person look guilty because that's what you're supposed to do. But like that show's hard because if everyone's guilty, then really who is? But with this show, if someone seems guilty in episode 3, it can't be them unless they do a complete like 180 and they're completely guilty for a different reason. But like you don't suspect the person who it is right away.
Yeah.
Which is
But it always makes like a lot of sense who it is.
Yeah. All the clues start unraveling.
Yeah. Their podcast must be wild.
I know, I want to listen. I'm not a true crime girly, but if it was my big 3, Mabel and her boys or her guys, whatever she calls them, like that was so sweet. That was something that bummed me out. They tried to like pull them apart a little.
Yeah, when they had a little
time
angst.
difference and they had a little angst. Well, yeah, I do love a little angst in my relationships, but like I was like, no, they're all separating, and she was cheating on them with Tobbert. But I was like, guys, you need to get it together. So like they did not care, and it was classic Oliver to not care. But I was like, Oliver, stay with me. But I'm glad like she genuinely loves it. Like it's a dynamic where you're like, what are they doing together? But it like works, and she loves them, and they love her, and they're a little family.
Yeah, I like how they show the different like how they just talk. I don't know.
But they like come together in a way where she like jokes with them, they joke with her. They
all just get each other because they all have a common interest of true crime and murder in the building.
Exactly.
And they all live in that sketchy ass building that
exactly
happening in.
Exactly.
You gotta when what's her name? Jackie Hoffman. What's her character? I forget. Uma? I don't know.
The person at the hotel.
You gotta be fucking kidding.
Yes.
It's so good.
Yes.
Again?
So good.
It's literally what you're thinking.
No, it's so... Selena says it. Mabel, what are we without murder?
Yeah, literally. When they don't know what to do because there's no...
Yeah, they're like, should we go get brunch? Should we go play chess? What did they say? Says a couple things. We're like, what should we do? I really like that I'm just jumping around. I really like that this season was based like music. I mean, it didn't start as a musical, it just started as a play.
Yes.
They made it a musical, and I was like, we already talked about it, little Pickwick triplets. So good. They have Pasek and Paul do the music, and it's obviously genius.
It's so good.
But like, bangers. And then you have Meryl Streep on top of that, who can do literally anything she sets her mind to. So she's amazing at everything that's not news, but like, they got her, and she was singing, she was doing it all.
Meryl's so good because like sometimes when it's a really famous person, you only think of the character as like their name, like you can't even remember their name because they don't.
Yeah.
But Meryl, like her character Loretta was like a character. She's so good.
She fully like is the character. Like, you know, it's Meryl Streep doing these roles, no matter like what the makeup looks like, no matter what. Like in Devil Wears Prada, she doesn't look like Meryl Streep, but in this, like, she looked like Meryl Streep, just different. Or I guess like The Witch and Into the Woods definitely doesn't look like, you know, she has different degrees of costuming, but no matter the degree, it could look just like her or completely different. It's like you don't look at her and think that's Meryl Streep. You're like, that's Loretta, that's Donna, that's what's her name in any of these shows. What's the name in Devil Wears Prada? Miranda Priestley.
Yeah. I'll turn that on.
When she was on Big Little Lies, that's insane. Like,
she just like...
She shows up and she does the fucking thing. The Modern Family line where Cam goes, she could play Batman and be the right choice. Like, she can do everything. She's so good.
She's so good.
But the biggest thing, I think, that also got me with her this season, I mean, I loved her kind of full, like, she just had like a fully fleshed storyline.
Yeah, I loved her storyline.
And like, she's new to the season, but like her and her son Dickie, and like, even when you think Dickie's guilty, I'm like, he's so sad and so sweet. But her story with Oliver, because I kind of heard about that, they were like, ooh, something may happen between Oliver and Loretta, and I was like, we'll see. But like, their chemistry kind of slayed.
No, their chemistry was really good. I'm like, they should probably
But like, Martin Short was like pulling, like he had
that Jack Frost riz.
That Preminger
Not
riz.
the Preminger
when he was
riz.
singing in the finale, I said, that's fucking Preminger. I wrote that down. But like, I was like, oh my god.
His tooth grossed me out.
Okay, well,
Gave
yes.
me the ick.
Yeah, that was awkward.
Oh, and his 6 heart attacks. I'm just kidding.
It's a dozen heart attacks. I've had a dozen heart attacks this season.
That was scary.
I did when she got arrested. That was the show's so good. That was so drama when he had a heart attack after Loretta went to prison.
Drama.
So
when they don't know he has a heart.
That is something though I wish they did was they jumped immediately to him kind of like in recovery.
I know,
and I
wish
wanted
it was
like them immediately to be like, you had a heart attack and you didn't tell us.
I needed them to like, yeah.
I needed that
They
angst.
jumped right into, oh, good now.
I'm like, come on. Sometimes they do that. I feel like a couple times where it's like it'll land on the cliffhanger and then the next episode starts like
It's
a day later. And they're like, we've already processed. I'm like, but I haven't.
Like everything's just perfectly fine again. I'm like, wait.
I'm like, let's unpack that.
Yeah. Ugh.
I loved, speaking of like chemistry, Charles and Joy's relationship, and I'm bummed that she didn't come back at the end.
And they made her look sketchy too.
Yeah. And she had all the fish. And then I guess Mabel and Taubert were good, but Mabel gets a new love interest every season. It's going to be someone new next year.
I know. I can't I'm not feeling like anything because
they're just...
You know who I feel it with? Theo.
Me too! That's what I was gonna say!
Like, that's...
Because that's a build-up.
Yeah.
Versus just a one and done every season.
I know. I'm like, you're not going to stay Topper.
Yeah. Even though...
For real.
Jesse.
I
was like, Alex Russo and Jackson Avery are making out.
Right in front of me.
On primetime TV.
On primetime TV.
But they look good together. Like, that's what I'm, like, bummed about. Because I liked her with Oscar in season 1. But then they just dumped him, like I was saying. And then...
Just disappeared. He just disappeared.
I feel like Cara Delevingne could have been good if it wasn't Cara Delevingne. But we're not going to linger on that. I'm just not a Cara Delevingne fan.
I feel like I'll say... Mm-hmm. The first kiss, not good.
Yeah.
I feel like it got better. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, this could be cute. But then they ruined it too.
Yeah. Everyone betrays her.
Everyone betrays her. Her life sucks. Yeah. But then she goes to Coney Island with Theo.
No, see, that's why because I love a burn.
Yeah.
We love a build up. And I don't know, that's just like has some drama that has some like history. That's not just coming and going.
Yeah.
Even
they
though
don't give enough time.
Yeah. Her chemistry with Jesse was great, but it's not what I root for on shows. At least in this season, I did like Joy.
And I didn't know enough about Top.
Yeah.
Like, we barely got much about him.
But
like,
I
all
think...
I knew is that he's Jackson Avery.
Yeah. And are we mad? No.
That Jesse.
But, like, Oliver and Loretta's storyline gave depth. Like, it had, they had shit. And it had drama, but it also was sweet. And, it had it all.
Yeah.
So, I hope in season 4, similar to how we got Jan for an episode or 2 after season 1, I hope, because they said that she'll probably go to LA. I hope we'll see her in some capacity, even if it's like one scene.
She's like, hey,
I'm doing great on my Grey's Anatomy spinoff. Grey's Anatomy New Orleans. What was it? Like, it was like New Orleans Anatomy. Yeah. Something weird where it's like, why would you change... The fact or it was like Grey's Orleans. Something where it's like, why would you change that part of the title? But it was funny. I'm hoping we see...
You're stressing me out.
For those listening, Maisel the kitty cat is walking around and threatening a recording setup that we have meticulously crafted
that we have been trying all day. No one wants it. I liked Mabel being a fangirl of Paul Rudd's character.
Yeah.
So she had fangirl and bisexual representation.
Hell yeah.
I like that they
Mabel's
showed her
for the
as,
people.
Like, she was freaking like being a little fangirl.
Yeah. A little sweet too, because she's worked with Paul Rudd before.
Yeah.
She's worked with Jane Lynch before.
Everyone should have Jane Lynch in their show for at least 5 minutes.
Makes everything better. There's a John Mulaney joke about that where Jane Lynch will show up and be amazing as usual. And like, she also knocks it out of the park. I can't believe we didn't see Jane and Meryl together. Like, come on.
That would have been too powerful. I would have fallen over.
Yeah.
Jane Lynch, like, makes me want to cry. I don't know what it is.
She's so good. We've seen her. I don't know if we said this on another pod. She was at the Cubs game when we went to the Cubs game.
And we didn't know she was going to be there.
That was insane. Like, what are the odds? But like, if we had like a list of people we cared about, especially collectively, Jane Lynch is very high on that list. High. So what are the odds?
I'm staring at her book.
My mom got me her book for my birthday.
People know.
We love Jane Lynch. You probably did talk about that on the Maisel pod.
Yeah.
If I'm remembering. But,
Because she was amazing in that, too.
she's amazing in fucking everything. We should do another Cinderella story. We put that on for, 2 minutes the other day? And it's just, so good.
I didn't want to stop. That's a great film.
That's how you know. We obviously have to talk about Jane Lynch in a second, but save that.
That ruined my life.
They also had another few amazing guest stars besides Paul Rudd and Jane and Meryl. They had Ashley Park.
Yeah.
Matthew Broderick. Mm-hmm. Is there anyone else? I feel like sometimes they'll have someone in for a second, but Matthew Broderick was a crazy surprise.
Yeah.
Because they're like, we know exactly who can play this role instead of Charles.
Funny.
It's fucking Ferris Bueller. And, so funny. And then him at the show at the end, and him and, what's her name? You just said her name. Jackie Hoffman.
Jackie Hoffman.
Talking shit.
Yes.
So good.
So
What
good.
a duo.
That's a duo.
Yeah. So funny. I think I wrote one of their lines. I forgot I have more notes over here. Oliver's career might die. I like the way you think, Matthew Broderick. That's so funny.
Just thinking about James. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about what happened.
Yeah.
Renewed for season.
We got renewed for season. We got renewed. But today, the day we're recording this, they renewed it for season 4.
Yeah.
And there's another fucking murder in the building.
And that person
It's Jane Lynch.
says is my Jane Lynch.
Let me tell you, Brie, that's what I knew before going into the episode.
I knew you knew. I looked at you and I could tell.
I saw a meme where it was like, me when I saw Saz walk in. It was like, me later.
No.
And I was like, that can only mean one thing.
And then it kind of makes you think it's Charles.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But that's what's so good about it. Like, I'm really, 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 really sad that Jane Lynch is dead. Especially because, unlike the Paul Rudd thing, they were able to give us flashbacks every other episode. With this, we're not going to get that because the person very clearly wanted to shoot Charles. And that's what I think is so fucking cool because it's like, who wants Charles dead?
Yeah.
And that's a good fucking mystery.
Charles.
Yeah, because they were like, that's his son.
That's his stunt. That one they dressed exactly the same.
And they dressed exactly the same, and it was pitch black, and it was in his apartment. Who else would it be? Like, what are the odds that it's someone who looks exactly like him in his apartment? They have to take the shot.
Saz didn't deserve that.
She really didn't. But the story is so good.
No, it'll be so good.
It'll be so good.
But we won't be probably seeing Jane Lynch.
We'll see her picture at the funeral.
Yeah. Oh my God. Will Harry Styles be there?
I hope so. Paul Rudd being a celebrity was a pretty funny storyline because they kind of made fun of the Ant-Man thing.
Yeah.
Not maybe superhero or Ant-Man specifically, just him being a superhero actor, him having those cheesy shows. You already said this, but Selena being a fan, that was a funny part of the story. That's all I have to say.
And I didn't know that I was so confused. I didn't know that he died or was the one to die. And then, I saw the scene of him, which is a good scene, of his character, of Mabel talking to him. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I didn't know. What am I trying to say? And then I was so confused about how they got there because they make his character seem so, he is a little, he's I'm an actor, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, why are they talking about this? Him and Mabel. And then it all made sense. But I liked that scene because she didn't know what she wanted to do.
Yeah. Mabel's so real.
A TV character talking to your, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful.
I fucking wish.
I know. I wish that could happen to me. But, it was nice. Mm-hmm. And I like that like Ben was just talking to like the cookie. Like you think like that's the funny, because I'm like, who is he being that mean to, or like whatever, and it's a freaking cookie.
Yeah, he was being hard on himself
On
and
himself.
then speaking to a cookie.
So I was like, aw.
They always make you sympathize with the worst characters. I said that about him, like, because like he just seems like a dick, but then like he has those like old lady friends, and he was sewing everyone the handkerchiefs, and you learn that he was like doing his best, like, God. And then same thing with Cliff and his mom. Like, as soon as you find out they're murderers, you start sympathizing with them even more.
And the mom has cancer.
Yeah.
Stage 4, and then the son was just trying to protect his mom. I don't know. It's just like,
it's
what am I supposed to feel?
No, because you're like, well, maybe they can pretend they didn't do it, but it's like it's murder. Like it's not like they stole something. Like, it's murder.
I'm like, well, damn.
If you're watching this on YouTube, you may have noticed that we just flipped the location around and it's slightly different. But if you're just listening to this, don't worry about it. We only had some technical difficulties, and we're finishing up with the epic highs and lows of only murders in the building.
Yay.
Brie, who would you say your favorite character on the show is?
Okay.
Okay.
I think if I had to pick, I think my favorite is Mabel.
Mm-hmm.
And then Charles.
Mm.
And then what's his face?
Oliver. Wow.
Oliver. No, I'm just kidding. I love Oliver. I love all of them, but if I have to pick, because
Yeah. I put Oliver at number 1.
Okay.
I love Oliver. And then Mabel and Charles, obviously, but Oliver cracks me up.
They're all pretty iconic.
I think Martin Short's so fucking funny, and he got shit for not being funny a couple weeks ago, and I was like, are you kidding?
I think he's so funny.
He's so talented.
I love all of them.
Yes.
And they're even better when they're all together.
Exactly. Sugar, spice, and everything nice.
Yeah.
Who's your least favorite character?
Whoever killed Saz.
True. That's a good answer. God, that's going to be a lot to unpack next season.
I hate them. What if it's like Mabel?
It's Mabel's evil twin.
And it's my favorite. It's evil Alex Russo.
Oh my God. Yes. I put Amy Schumer question mark. Sorry. Honestly,
when Amy Schumer's playing,
Amy Schumer did make me laugh, and she was only there for like 2 seconds.
I know, she was there for literally 2 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like even like the villains are fun, so I don't really hate anyone.
I know. No, I love the villains.
Maybe the cop from season 2, Gary from Friends.
Yeah. He gave me.
He stressed me out. Favorite scenes / episodes.
God,
I wrote so much.
I know. I like the Theo episode in season 1.
Mm-hmm. That's basically, I'll go through it really quick. I think they just do a good job of doing like really cinematic episodes, and it's that one from season 1. I like the 70s episode from season 2 where they're doing the card game.
Oh yeah.
And I liked at the end of season 3 when they're watching the interrogations, but the way they do it is by placing Mabel, Charles, and Oliver in the scene, and the way that would like cut between them in the apartment, but like semi watching it happen in real life. I really like that.
Yeah. So mean. What else did I write? I wrote, I like the murder reveal party in season 2. Mm-hmm. And then I like how they showed Mabel's dad's storyline with the puzzle. I thought that was really cool.
I like that too.
Flipping the pieces.
And like, the visuals of the puzzles they've done a few times. Yeah, I really like that.
That was art.
I agree.
The diner hug from season 2. I'm realizing I really
when they all ran in.
2.
Yeah, season 2 was great.
Yeah.
I feel like they honestly keep doing a good job of keeping it either consistently good or even better.
Yeah.
Because I think the musical is so fun in season 3. But yeah, season 2 was, once it kind of like got into the mystery, it was so freaking good.
Yeah, so good.
I wrote down a few lines from season 3. I narrowly escaped death, and now you won't let me live. I think Ben said that. Mabel, PTSD check. Charles, I've already blocked it out, and that's after they got taken hostage.
When Oliver goes like, I've survived like
a dozen heart attacks.
I've already had a dozen heart attacks this
or
whatever.
I really like the whole thing with the 4 or 5 whores. The 5 whores with Dickie and Ben.
Yes.
And when they're talking to Dickie, he went, well, I went looking for drugs and whores. And Charles goes, who wouldn't? And then like Oliver seeing the like women like knitting in the back room and going, you're the 5 whores. Like that was just so silly and funny to me.
The 5 whores.
Oh, and I really like, they do a lot of this obviously with like Martin Short and Steve Martin, where they like make little references. Like they did we're the fathers of the bride. Like they make a lot of references to their stuff, but they reference Mamma Mia, and then the character Donna referenced Mamma Mia.
Yeah.
So I thought that was funny for Meryl. And then them saying as if to Ben, or Cliff said that as if to Ben. And I was like, wait, clueless. Like they do such a good job of doing it in small ways, but in ways you can appreciate. And they also did it, and I didn't even realize this, quoting this like, the entirety of the end of Ferris Bueller to Matthew Broderick's face, which was funny.
And they technically mentioned, kind of in a way, Grey's Anatomy, which is funny.
True. Yeah.
Which I don't know if that was intentional, but still.
It had to have been with everything adding up. Come on
they
now.
They were just trying to.
I like tried to make sure we covered all my little things. How many rats make up blend?
Theo and Mabel go to Coney Island. Like I like that whole scene.
I do too.
It's fun.
They do a good job. I like the blackout episode.
Yes.
They're just so much fun.
So much.
And then I don't know if we talked about this already, but I love the changes in the intro. I don't remember if we talked about it since we've now recorded this days later, but when they change little things in the intro, like the animations and the pets and the characters, and they do a blackout for the blackout. Yeah. Really cool.
Creative.
On a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being the most.
Did we do least favorite?
Oh, do you have a least favorite? Sorry. I didn't write anything.
Saz dying.
Fair.
Wait, Saz dying. Oliver's heart problems.
Yeah, that sucked.
Yeah, I don't like that because it made me sad. But they didn't really like stay on it too long. Like,
yeah, we'll have to see what they do in season 4.
Yeah. But like when it was happening, I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. I don't like when they were separated. Oh, and she made the other podcast without them.
Yeah, that's that's funny. They did that.
I liked I kind of talked about this already, but like Pickwick triplet in general, but then it playing over the climax, and when it goes, I pick you, and then you see the killer, iconic. Yes. And then, but least favorite, honestly, favorite is when you think that Charles and Oliver are being stupid during the interrogation scenes, but they're actually like, no, we got the camera in and we recorded everything. I was like, yes, Dad. Just Grandpa. I think least favorite, we touched on it already. It's just how sad the storyline of like who killed them is, like the mom being sick and the son just wanting to protect the mom, and the mom just wanting to protect the son, and then they both get arrested anyway. They both get arrested. You're like, well, okay.
Well, fuck. Yeah.
Okay, do you have any other leasts?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. I think it's really just boiling down to losing Jane Lynch.
Yeah, it really is. The least was just sad.
Mm-hmm. And just her not being in it enough.
Fucked up.
I like the scene where she was in it and she was trying to like get to the root of Charles's problem. Like, why couldn't he love Joy? And she pretended to like be him, or he pretended to be Joy, or she pretended to be Joy. That was funny. In the fish tank.
Yes.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10.
On a scale.
10 being the most unserious.
Okay.
What would you rate this?
5. 4.
Oh.
No, 5.
I said 7.
Really?
Yeah.
5.
It's so silly.
5. I said 5.
Okay. Maybe 6 then.
Yeah.
I just think it's
6. It is very silly.
So funny. Yeah.
They do. Yeah. Very silly.
Even when people die, it's funny.
It's silly. Even when they die, it's funny.
6.5.
Yeah. 10.
And then would you recommend this show?
Yes. I'd recommend it to everyone.
I agree.
Because it's a good time.
Yeah, like, I literally think everyone should watch this.
It has murder, but it's like funny.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. Good little mix.
Yeah, I agree. I keep trying to get my family to watch it, and I'm like, it's about, come on, get to it.
Yeah, get to it.
Slay.
Slay.
I love Only Murders in the Building. Like, I wish, I don't know, I could say more. Like, I don't even know how to phrase the way that it makes me feel. The way it's just executed is just so good. And I'm really excited that it's already going to get a season 4.
Yes.
I think as heartbreaking as it is that we lost Jane Lynch, it's going to be such a good mystery because it's the first time someone's tried to kill them.
Yeah.
Like, this is someone who tried to kill Charles.
Who is it?
And who could that be? And you have to think, like, there were so many people at that party already. And of course they're going to bring in new characters. But, like, if it's someone we already know, like, 90% of the characters were there.
Who do you think it is?
I was going to say. Well, it's not Mabel or
It's
not Mabel or Oliver. It's her
that
twin.
Would be so much tea if it was one of them.
It's the mom. It's Cara Delevingne.
It's Cara Delevingne. She comes back. It's Amy Schumer.
You know what? You're right. Well, what's interesting is now I'm trying to think of who I would want on the show. It's like, who's Mabel's next love interest going to be?
Mabel has to get a new love interest.
And then there's always a new celebrity in the penthouse.
Yes.
I think it should be Taylor Swift.
Obviously. Just Taylor Swift.
That would be kind of funny. Taylor Swift's just kind of going off right now.
Yeah.
And I think this would really fit in her vibe and her brand. She lives in New York.
Yeah.
So she just moved to the Araconia.
Yeah, and she's besties.
I'm trying to think who else would be fun. I think that
I think who else?
I think Greg Sulkin should play
Greg Sulkin.
Selena's next love interest. No, but they have to, if they're gonna give her another love interest, they need to start going for Theo, like we said.
Yeah. They need to do someone we know.
I know. And it just needs to be slow. Like, it doesn't need to be right off the bat. Like, just like start planting the seeds. Maybe she's long distance with Tauber, but she's like, wait a minute.
I would even take that, because if we have to have a whole nother person again, I'm like, at least just don't give her one
unless it's
like someone we already know.
No, I'm trying to think of like the biggest celeb.
A big celebo.
It's Justin Bieber.
It's just that
would be insane. It's Chevy Chase.
That would be insane.
I guess we'll see. I'm excited. It's one of those shows where it's fun to see who the next members of the cast will be.
The next celebo they'll put in.
Yeah.
Because they're all big names who know people.
Jennifer Coolidge, let's go. We can't get her on White Lotus season 3 apparently, so we're gonna need her here.
She's dead.
And somehow Meryl Streep needs to be there too.
Meryl Streep does need to stay.
I hope we at least get her for a little bit.
For a few. Well, she wasn't even in every episode for this one. Because she doesn't have enough time. She's Meryl Streep.
I think
what she's actually doing, I don't really know.
I think her and Oliver can be long distance boyfriend girlfriend.
Yeah.
What's the thing from Barbie? Long distance. It's like non-serious, long-term boyfriend. I don't remember what he says.
That's
them.
That's them. Yeah, they need to do something. I swear
hope.
to God.
I think they need to bring in.
That's my only.
Amy Poehler. Tina Fey's like, I have to rebrand my podcast Cindy Canning.
So
I need a co-host. But that's on God. That's on me.
That's on God. Yeah.
All right. Should we get to our last segment?
Yeah. I'm really excited to learn how to play this game.
I'm going to leave a comment and be like, this bitch doesn't know how to play
This
Match.
bitch has never played Match?
All right.
I feel like I've only played it on like an app.
Okay.
Or like a filter on TikTok.
Oh.
You know?
Sure.
I don't know. No one has ever sat me down and said, hey.
It's really sad. It's a really deprived childhood.
That's my trauma.
So it's game night with Megan and Bree. And we're going to play MASH because that's what Mabel did when she was younger to see what her future would be like. So we're going to find out what our future is like, but in a little Only Murders twist. We're going to find out where we're living. We're going to find out. That's honestly, actually, let's keep us in New York. We could do location, like a city.
Yeah, let's do New York.
Just keep it New York? Or do a different location is what I'm saying. Like, make location a category.
Oh, I feel like we should just do New York.
Okay, so we're saying we're living in New York, but, like, what type of a building are we going to live in? What career? What are we going to be driving or being driven around? And who are we going to marry? How many kids? But there's going to be someone who's going to try to murder us, similar to Only Murders in the Building.
A little twist.
And for a bunch of these, specifically who tries to murder you, we're going to incorporate at least one character from the show.
Yes.
Okay, so should we do it where we go like category by category back and forth? Or should we do the entirety of one for me and the entirety of one for you?
Back and forth.
Okay. Okay, Bree.
This is so exciting. I'm kind of nervous. I'm going to throw up.
What are 4 careers that you would like to have and one should be inspired by the show?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say realtor.
Okay.
I'm going to say an actor.
Actor.
That's inspired.
That's good. You have to have at least one silly, goofy one also.
Okay.
That's kind of the rule. Like, you have to have something where you'd be like, oh, shit.
Oh, so it'd be like, haha. Guys, I'm learning.
Exactly. They can't all be winners.
Okay, clown.
Okay. That's actually one you'd want. You'd be fucking it, bitch.
I don't want to be it.
You're in the sewers.
And then I'm going to do, I'm going to do a little,
Take your time.
and I'm going to do, I want one that I really want.
Oh.
The problem is I don't know what I want to be when I grow up.
Yeah, and does anyone?
I'm going to do just writer.
Yeah, that's good.
Where? What? What category?
Okay.
Okay.
Now ask me.
Okay. Oh my god, this is so fun. I'm gonna sleep over.
I know, right? We did Mad Libs last week. Now we're doing MASH. So fun.
So fun.
Next week we're gonna play Would You Rather.
Oh shit.
Something like that, right?
That's
not
Payday
important.
Problem. You'll see.
You'll find out.
Okay. What careers do you want?
I'm gonna say director. That's based on
Yes.
Oliver, but that's not far off. I'm gonna say so talk show host. That's kind of inspired by the show too, but also fitting for what we're doing.
So true.
But that's also
We're
all one
talk
the same.
show.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say a landscaper.
All right. Slay.
And an astronomer.
Astronomer.
I don't know. It's the first thing I thought of. So we're going to go with it.
Okay, I'm into it.
Okay, cool. Bree, what are some vehicles or modes of transportation you would like?
Mini Cooper.
Of course.
A Bronco.
Okay.
A taxi cab.
Good job. Got to get that in there.
Or I need something goofy. Or a unicycle.
Nice.
That would go well with my clown career.
It would.
Okay, what about you for vehicles?
I'm thinking the subway.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
I'm thinking a Segway.
Okay. That's fun.
Yeah.
I want that.
I'm thinking about the guy in Lemonade Mouth, the principal of Lemonade Mouth.
I'm thinking about our principal.
Yeah, he did that too.
Yeah.
On Halloween. Spooky. I'm thinking a chauffeur, like a
Ooh.
personal driver type
Yeah.
of cinch.
Okay.
Because that would be honestly the most ideal.
That'd
But
be-
probably Subway is technically better for the environment, but I can carpool with people.
Yeah.
Get a big
just
ass limo.
Put all your bitches in there.
And then let's do a bug, like a Beetle.
Okay.
A Volkswagen bug. That's just a Jeep too, but I like a little tiny car.
A little bug.
If I'm gonna be realistic, if I am in this universe, I have a license.
Yeah.
It will be the tiniest car.
Yeah, it has to be the tiniest car that you can whip around everywhere.
Okay.
Exactly.
Bree, who are your love interests?
Fucking A. What was that? Okay. Renee Rapp.
Nice.
Meryl Streep.
Nice.
Can't think of anyone else ever.
Victoria Petretti.
Yes. Victoria Petretti. And then I need, like...
Yeah, something kind of silly.
Pete Davidson.
Yes! We saw Pete. Did we talk about that? We didn't talk about that. We can talk about that.
Yeah.
Because technically we hadn't seen them, right?
Yeah. Then we didn't see him yet.
In bed. Okay, no one listened to this.
Back in the day.
Okay.
Okay, what about you? What are your...
I'm like...
Oh, your bitches.
Well, okay, fuck yeah, let's do Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd.
Let's do Dylan O'Brien.
Yes.
Let's do
Dylan.
Phil Dunster. And let's do
Phil Dunster.
Cara Delevingne.
Cara!
Love her.
And Cara Delevingne. Okay.
How many kids do you want? You don't have to make this one tied to the show, though.
Oh my god, is this time?
What's their apartment number? What's the street number?
0.
Cool.
77.
Okay.
A nice 3.
Mm-hmm.
Or just 1.
Okay, perfect.
How about you?
I'll do 2.
2.
14.
14.
0.
0.
56.
God.
Okay.
Woo!
Last category. And these all have to be, let's do characters from the show.
Okay.
Who is going to try to murder you?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say Saz tries to murder me.
We'd forgive her.
Amy Schumer.
So true.
I'm gonna say who else? What's the kid's name?
Lucy?
Lucy.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
And let's do Bunny.
Oh, nice.
Even though she's dead, but you know.
Vindication.
Just.
Okay.
Okay, how about you?
Oliver.
Oliver.
Cindy Canning.
Cindy King. Dan.
I'm really trying to like get something deep.
Deep cut.
Howard.
Oh.
And Sting from season 1.
That was funny.
Okay. So now we're going to draw like a spiral.
Okay.
We'll each tell each other to stop. I'm going to put my mic down. Tell me when to stop.
Okay. Stop.
Okay. Now Brie will do the same.
Okay.
And based on the amount of lines in the spiral will be how many we cross off.
Okay.
As some may know. Okay.
I don't know.
Oh.
Okay, tell me when to stop.
Okay. Stop.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to count my lines. I'll tell you later. Okay. I got my number.
I got my number.
So do you know what to do?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just go through.
Yeah, and cross
Okay.
them off until there's one left in each category, including MASH.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll see you on the other side.
I'll see you on the other side.
Damn. Oh.
Oh my god.
Oof. Sorry. No, I'm just kidding. Your life sounds great.
What?
Your life is amazing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. I think so.
I don't believe you. Okay, wait. My page is a mess.
That's
Wait,
okay.
What does this say?
Okay. It's all right. MASH is about drama not being pretty.
Okay.
It's about the story.
Okay. Your life is great.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'd like to show everyone my notebook, my spooky notebook with all my stickers.
Okay, we get it. You have a spooky notebook, and I saw my fucking flower on it.
Oh, sorry. All right. Would you like me to read yours first, or would you like to read first?
You read mine.
Okay. So, Bree, you're going to have a really beautiful life in New York City in your shack. But you're going to have
Shake
a successful career as a writer.
Ooh.
And that's going to afford you the ability to drive a Mini Cooper,
Oh my god.
which will hopefully fit your spouse, Pete Davidson.
That's funny.
And your 77 kids.
Oh my god.
And hopefully you can use that as a getaway car to get away from your attempted murderer, Lucy.
Fucking kids.
Please want to get you and your little kid
That's
too.
pretty good.
That's so funny.
I swear to motherfucking god, if I had that many children, I'd fucking
In a shack with a Mini Cooper.
in a shack with
Pete Davidson.
With Pete Davidson.
That's what happens when you're with Pete Davidson. You end up with 77
I
kids.
think so. I guess.
That's so funny.
I cannot.
All right, tell me what I got.
All right, this is my first time reading a MASH.
Oh my god, this is so big.
Megan, you're gonna live in New York City in a beautiful house.
Okay. That's pretty good in New York.
Lucky bit.
That might as well be a mansion.
In your house that you got from your career as an astronomer.
Okay. Hopefully I don't have to go to space. I didn't really think about that.
Yeah, that's awkward. Lucky for you, in New York, where lucky in the crazy traffic of New York, you have a chauffeur.
Oh!
I swear to God.
Nothing else matters, to be honest.
And in the back of the chauffeur car with you is the one and only Phil Dunster.
Yes! Jamie!
And along with Phil Dunster is your 56 kids.
At least we'll have an abundance of friends for each other.
We have so many fucking
Our
kids.
kids will be like a fucking summer camp.
That's a fucking zoo.
That is a zoo.
And then
At least 2 of them are going to get married.
yeah.
So we're going to be in-laws.
I'm giving all my kids away.
Okay. Go on, get.
You go on, get. And sadly,
Oh, God.
someone's out to murder you. Do you know who it is?
Is it Sting?
Cindy.
Who?
Cindy.
Oh, my God, Tina?
Yeah. Tina's trying to murder you. And your 56 children.
Oh, God. That's fucking
And
funny.
Phil Dunster.
No, not Phil. Jason Sudeikis would never let that happen.
I feel like that's a pretty good one.
That's solid.
Except for the 56 kids.
Yeah.
I'd take a nice 2
I mean,
or
yeah.
0.
Yeah. It's okay. Me and Phil will make it
Nice
work.
ones. 56 kids.
With this Ted Lasso paycheck.
This is a funny little game.
It's so fun. It makes you want to keep doing it over and over and other options and like, especially like when you're, I feel like 90% of the time I always would do it with like celebrity crushes, but of course it'd be like the one like crush from like your class when you're in elementary school and be like, oh my God, you're gonna marry, or like the person you hated in school too. Like you put like the person you hated the most in your class too.
Damn.
Obviously we're not gonna put real people. That's
you have
none
to
of
put
your
a
business.
risk in there.
I know. It's so addictive.
Pete Davidson, 77 motherfucking kids. Are you fucking kidding? In my fucking shack in my Mini Cooper. I want a Mini Cooper, but I want that Mini Cooper alone. I don't want it with Pete Davidson plus 77 kids.
Maybe you and Pete will like have an amicable divorce. You'll just be best friends, and then you'll find Victoria or Renee down the line.
Okay, and I'll give the kids to Pete.
I think Pete would be a nice father.
He's the dad, and I'm the like absent.
You're the
mom
absent.
who ran away, who went to go get milk.
Oh no!
Just kidding.
Love ya.
Not
Love you.
my- love you,
77 kids.
Imaginary kids.
What would you name at least 7 of them?
Oh my God, 7.
What would you name at least 3 of them?
3.
Pete Jr.
Pete Jr. Petey. Pete, they all have to do
Peter.
with Peterson.
That's so funny.
Little bitch. Little bitch number 1. Wait, there's an OG little bitch number 1, little bitch number 2, little bitch number 3.
When we made that Real Housewives show and they were named Camera and Branch, that was a good time.
Honestly, yes.
Good names. You never know. When you have 77, you have to start coming up with some stuff.
You really have to get creative.
Yeah. Okay, well, now that we have our lives, we can go among the world and live them out. If that sentence sounded anyone like a real sentence.
And live.
I'm really excited for season 4.
Yes.
I think we should go to New York again, try to find them. They finished filming right when we went this year.
Yeah.
So that was awkward. But it was funny. I remember set pics dropping, and then in the scene.
Oh, yeah. What?
Actually, it might have been season 2, but like I recognized their outfits when they're waiting for the glitter bomb to go off. I was like, oh my God, I remember people finding them on the streets when this happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really excited. This is one of the most solid shows out there right now. Like, it has everything. They execute everything. It's funny. It's dramatic. It's suspenseful.
Drama.
And the cast slays.
Real.
Your software slays.
Software slays.
More on that later. So next week, The Haunting of Bly Manor. We may or may not play another sleepover-esque game. And spooky season will continue. And hopefully I'll have more to report on. A book or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully you have something to report on.
I'm going to try to do a Scottish accent.
Don't do it.
All right. That's enough. Which of the pickwick triplets did it? Who of the crew can commit this crime?
I don't know it.
I pick you. Ooh. Ooh. That was really good.
Thanks for listening to our podcast.
Remember to rate, follow, and share with friends.
And find us on TikTok and Instagram at unseriesous to see more content and find out what we're watching next.
We hope you enjoyed, and we'll talk to you next week.
Bye!